Okay, so you might think I'm crazy trying to grow business via volleyball. But you know what? There's some three actual key steps of volleyball that if you follow exactly in those steps with your own business will actually grow significantly and you'll reap some fantastic rewards. So let's get stuck in right now. And in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you exactly how you can grow your business via utilizing volleyball moves. So first of all, I haven't really been a massive watcher of volleyball over the years. Let me just pop it in that way, pop it in there. I did have a cousin of mine that was in the Navy many years ago and actually played a lot of volleyball significantly. And I know that's probably very much a cliche when you think about things like Top Gun movie with Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer, etc., from 1986. And playing with the boys scenes and that shirts off and all these type of stuff. Very phallic, absolutely. But I've also got a business partner in one of my companies that plays a lot over in America and also one in New Zealand. So it's something I've sort of been drawn into a little bit more over the last couple of years. But in addition, we've got a pretty proud history in Australia. We've got Kerry Pottas and Natalie Cook in some of the business channels that I work with, and obviously Sydney 2000 Olympic gold medals for beach volleyball, etc. But anyway, I digress with the story around volleyball. The fact is, there's only 3 moves in volleyball that you actually do, right? There's 3 parts. So let's just explore them quickly and actually show you exactly how that is exactly what you need to be doing with your marketing. So the first one is the dig. And for those that are watching this, you'll see in the background, I've even got a little picture up about dig, set, spike, because there's 3 parts, right? There's the dig. And the dig is where they, the ball's going over the side. They ultimately dive across. They put 2 hands together type of thing, and they dig and try and dig the ball out from not hitting the ground, pop it back up, keep the ball in play, right? Step 2 is the set. And that's where the player that you're with, or if it's a volleyball with 5 or 6 people, and see, I don't even know the rules, right? Like of how many people are on a court, right? I know beach volleyball say 2, but there's the volleyball stuff with like 5, I think, maybe 6, might even be 7. I'm not sure. But anyway, they go to the set, and the set's where they sort of put 2 hands together and they pop the ball up. They try and set it, right? They try and set it up nicely in net, really high, give someone else the chance to come through, jump really high, and complete step number 3, which is the spike. And that's where someone jumps high, or the tall person, the strong person, someone jumps up. It's like a big overhead smash, right? They just bang. They want to smack that ball down and try and put it down into the sand or ground, point over, win the point, and move from there. So that's a really crude way of explaining the 3 moves: dig, set, and spike. But if we stop and think about that with your business and your marketing, it's exactly how we need to be working our marketing and how we need to be able to get things organized with our team moving forward. So one big avenue of marketing that a lot of health and medical people, in fact, the vast majority of the health and medical industry completely miss, is the fact that we don't nurture our database. We don't actually nurture the clients that have been in and around our team and our business in the weeks past, the months, the years, etc. And you're literally sitting on a gold mine. Because if people know you and they like you and they trust you and you've got great outcomes, then it's much easier to sell to someone who's already bought from you once than have to continually going out and looking for new referrals. And so what are the opportunities that you're missing in your marketing right now? Well, first of all, you're not doing the dig. You're not actually in a situation with potentially new people or your database of actually doing the hard yards where you might actually have to dive down, get some sand in the mouth, dig things out, etc. Right? Are we actually going out and doing the hard work and setting up the right marketing campaigns? Are we actually going out and investing the time into getting some of that content creation in place? Are we actually getting people's eyes onto us, ambushing eyeballs in, digital aspects, for instance? right? Because that's what the dig is about in volleyball. It's not the nice part. It's not the fun part, but it's the most crucial because otherwise everything goes pear-shaped. And so do you actually have the right dig mentality and the right dig setup for your marketing moving forward, first of all? And so then what happens is we then start to look at the set. And the set's where we sort of think about, the middle of the funnel. We're starting to, if they're new clientele, we're starting to go, right, let's warm people up, right? Let's sort of get them set so that we can actually go ahead and sell to them. See, we know that most people need to hear about you, see you, look at you, engage with you, read something from you, watch a video, get a testimonial recommendation from you or from someone about you, on average 5 to 7 times. They don't just go, I need to see you, and away they go. They've already heard about you, seen you. They might have been told by the doctor, whatever. But on the majority of time, it's at least 5 times. So what are we actually doing and putting out there to actually warm people up? What's the authority that we're actually creating in this marketplace for people to see more of you, to learn from you? Maybe they don't have to engage massively. It's not about buying from you. It might just simply be they see your name and your branding on some type of value that you're putting out on a value bomb. You're drip feeding information. Maybe you're engaging with different community groups or sporting groups. They see the name or the logos. They actually feel that they've seen value in what you've said and done previously. And so it's the logical next step for the brain to then take to then start to engage. So that's that set process, the middle of the funnel. They already now know about you. They've seen something. Maybe it's something on like social media. They've seen that you've done the dig work and got that. But now you're setting it up. You're setting it up for the big spike, like the big sell. And you've got to earn the right to be able to sell to someone ultimately. If you're going to give someone an offer, you could go out, and this is where it comes down to not being about money. You can actually give people, you can do Medicare consults and bulk bill them. And as everyone knows, they're the people that actually are least grateful, are least accountable because they've got no skin in the game. So you can ultimately give it all of your assistance and advice to people for free, and they're the people that aren't going to get the best results. It's the same as the vast majority of clients that I work with. The people that get the best results are the ones that actually pay the most amount of money. Those that are not so much tie kickers, but just want to pay the bargain bottom price for everything, they're the ones that ultimately don't get the work done, don't follow through. They're not as accountable, and so therefore they don't get the best results. And so you sit there and go, right, well, if we're now starting to work with people, we've done the hard yards on the dig, are we now actually starting to warm them up in that avenue? How are we warming them up? How are we setting them up? Because we have to ultimately earn the right to sell. We can't just offer someone something and they take it up. We can't just give them something once and they buy, because they don't. We need to have at least 5 engagement points in that avenue before most people are ready to buy. So it's not just, again, about doing something for free, because they're not the people that are going to get the best results for you or for themselves. So how are we actually doing that? Do you actually have this in place where you're actually talking to your database and nurturing that? Do you have multiple engagements and touch point avenues in that marketing funnel where we can ultimately set them up? Like we're trying to pop the ball up, and over a period of time, we're going to show our authority. We're going to give value with no expectation of return. And that's a really crucial avenue to understand, that phrase, giving away value, gaining authority with no expectation of monetary reward from the person from you doing that as actions. It's only then that you've actually set them up properly, and it's only then that you've earned the right to then sell. So once you've actually earned the right to sell, you can actually then step forward, and step 3 of volleyball is the bang, the big spike comes in. So that's the sell. That comes into the actual call to action. What you're going to offer, how you're going to put things forward, how you're going to secure that sale, how you're going to close the deal. And we won't get into the details of that, because that's a whole massive amount of different podcasts on regards to securing sales, closing deals, etc., and how to do it and the tips and tricks. But that is ultimately step 3 of the spike. That's the bottom of the funnel where we have earned the right to actually engage with them and offer something. We've, dived around, we've done the hard yards and dug the ball up, right? We've then been able to warm them up, show our knowledge and our experience and our authority. We've earned the right to then apply step 3 and actually offer something to be sold to them. If you try and cut that process short, it never works. It looks dumb. It looks salesy. It looks horrible. People smell it a mile away. It's literally like, oh yeah, they're doing that and they're going to sell something. It's like half the people that do webinars, they go, it's a free webinar on blah, blah, blah. And then 46 to 47 minutes in, they start going, so we've got this avenue for you to be able to go ahead and work with us, or we've got this group that does, and you sit there the whole time in a webinar waiting for the sell to occur. Now, it does still work at times, and and there's certain avenues of how we put this together, but ultimately, we know that it's coming. It's salesy, it's markety. So when you just go through with old school mentality, great, do so at your own peril. Or stop and break it down into the 3 steps of volleyball: dig, set, spike. Have you got the right dig in place? Are you doing the hard yards in that avenue? Have you got the right avenues to then warm up, create that authority, show that you're the best people and why, so you get the trust factor in place really quickly? And once you've earned the right and you've got the set right, then you've got the avenue to put the close in place, right? Put the offer in place, do the CTA, get the spike happening, close the deal, bring them on as a client, have huge impact, get great outcomes. That's what dig, set, spike in volleyball is all about winning, and that's about how you can win in your sales and marketing process as well by utilizing that same mentality, those same 3 steps of volleyball, and absolutely crushing it on the scoreboard with your sales and marketing, get better outcomes, have more impact. That's what it's all about. I'll talk to you again very soon. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.